the health benefits of Ramadan. So this time of year, I get this question all the time, and I realized that my two other Ramadan lectures were not about the actual health benefits. One of them was how to adjust your fitness and training program in Ramadan, as well as going over the research studies about when the best time to work out is, and if there's a decrease in performance or endurance. You can just search Dr. Aloe Ramadan. The other one was about diet and weight loss in Ramadan, like how to lose weight in Ramadan. Neither of them touched on the health benefits of Ramadan, at least not directly, maybe peripherally, sort of. But when I first started giving this lecture, like 15, 20 years ago, you'd go on PubMed, and PubMed, if you guys aren't familiar with it, is a directory of every research study that's ever been published in a journal. You go on PubMed, you type in Ramadan and health benefits or cholesterol or cardiovascular mortality, things like that. There would be like a handful of studies. I remember I was a medical student, I think like 2003 maybe or 2004 when I first did this search, and there'd be a handful of studies. Now, some of the studies would show like the LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, would go down. Some would show that it would go up. Some would show that it didn't change. Other studies showed that there was weight loss, there wasn't weight loss. Your blood pressure dropped by 3 points or went up, or your blood sugars or insulin resistance improved or didn't improve. So there was a lot of studies with very conflicting data. So if you wanted to make the argument that, hey, there are no health benefits to Ramadan, yeah, you could definitely find plenty of studies that showed that. You could also find plenty of studies that were neutral and plenty of studies that showed plenty of health benefits. So then you got to go back and aggregate the data. Now it's 2022, and we have almost 20 years of research. A lot of the articles will call it religious fast, but you can search for just Ramadan specifically. But now we have these meta-analyses, and a meta-analysis is a large study that looks at 15, 20 studies and combines the results and reanalyzes the data to see if we can reach some kind of a conclusion. Because let's say there was 20 studies and a third of them showed benefit, a third showed no benefit, and a third were kind of neutral. So what do? How do you come up with a conclusion? Basically, you kind of can say, well, there's really no conclusion. So they've done meta-analyses now, and they have found that if you are fasting in Ramadan or any other way, but if you're fasting in Ramadan and you actually lose weight, all of your cardiovascular and health markers improve. And even if it's just a modest amount of weight, 3 to 5% of your body weight, still a huge amount of benefit. Your systolic blood pressure improves, your insulin resistance or diabetes improves, your cholesterol, LDL, HDL, all that stuff gets better, which is what we've seen over time. This is what we've seen in other studies. We've seen that if weight comes down, regardless of how you lose that weight, that your health markers and inflammatory markers all improve. So it kind of reinforces what we've known about weight loss all along. The other part of the meta-analyses have shown that if your weight goes up in Ramadan, then all of your health risk and factors and mortality and all of that, all of your health conditions all worsen. Which also coincides and correlates with what we've seen over time. The more weight you gain, the harder it is to control your blood pressure. The worse your kidney disease gets, the worse your diabetes is to control. Your blood pressure, all that stuff worsens the higher your weight is, which is why we always recommend to people try to lose weight, try to get close to your body, as close as you can to your ideal body weight. So that's one thing. The other part of the analysis showed that if the weight was neutral and the weight really didn't change, the results could have gone either way. So really no difference, basically neutral. So where do we go from here? So the biggest thing that I'll recommend to you is go watch my Ramadan weight loss lecture. How do you lose weight in Ramadan? That's very, very important. If you are losing weight, and this goes with all of the studies that I've ever talked about. If you go through my weight loss lectures, the 2-hour one, the summary one, the 3-hour lecture, all of those lectures, if weight comes down, regardless of how you achieve that weight, you could do intermittent fasting, you could do low carb, high protein, low protein, whatever it is, however you lost the weight, if weight comes down, all of your health markers will improve. And that's basically like a fact now. We know that study after study after study has all shown, regardless of what macronutrients you emphasize, if the weight comes off, then you definitely will improve almost all of your health markers. I've got some links below. Grab some of my stuff. A lot of it is free, And I hope you enjoy this and share it with somebody who needs to know more about this.